Once upon a time, a giant had a beautiful garden. It was filled with lush green grass and vibrant flowers. Birds sang sweetly in the trees. The giant loved his garden very much. The giant was very tall and strong. He had a booming voice and a heart of stone. He was selfish and did not like to share. The giant lived alone in his castle, away from the village. One day the giant saw children playing in his garden. They were laughing and having fun. The giant was furious. "This is my garden," he roared. "Get out!" The children were scared and ran away. The giant was happy. He had his garden all to himself. The giant decided to build a tall wall around his garden. He didn't want anyone else to enjoy it. The wall was high and strong. No one could climb over it. The children were sad. They had nowhere to play. The garden was empty and silent. The flowers began to wilt. The trees stopped singing. Even the birds flew away. The giant was alone. He sat in his garden, but he wasn't happy. He realized that his garden wasn't beautiful anymore. It was cold and lonely. One morning, the giant heard a beautiful sound. It was the sound of birds singing. He looked out his window and saw something amazing. The children were back in his garden. They had found a small hole in the wall. They were playing and laughing. The giant's heart softened. He realized that he had been selfish. He wanted to share his garden with the children. The giant went outside and knocked down the wall. He smiled at the children. "Come and play in my garden," he said. "It is your garden too." The children were overjoyed. They ran into the garden and played. The giant played with them. He was happy again. The garden came back to life. The flowers bloomed again. The trees swayed in the breeze. The birds sang their sweetest songs. The giant learned that sharing is caring. He became kind and generous, and they all lived happily ever after.